Hello, leaders. Hey, this is Paul Grau, and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges, the daily show that equips team leaders to lead through the challenges they face every day. So, let me ask you a question. Have you ever examined the attitudes of your team members? If so, can you determine what a winning attitude is? I mean, what does that specifically look like? How can you describe it? Now, this may actually be a little trickier than you think it might be. And that's what today's challenge is focused around. But first, I want to share with you that this show is sponsored by the CLC team, and they help turn stagnating and unhealthy teams into high performing and high producing unified teams by creating effective communication while minimizing conflict. And yes, this is possible. As a matter of fact, I can help your team within 4 hours. If that's something that you and your team need, look no further. Check us out for more information at clcteam.com, or you can email me directly at paul@clcteam.com. Now, I'm sure you know the difference between a great attitude and a poor attitude, right? I mean, attitudes are easily noticed in people. Or are they? Can they be described? You see, attitude is something you really cannot elevate or rate your team members on because it's an emotion or a feeling, or it's even a mental state. However, what you can evaluate and rate a person on is the results and the impact that their attitude has on the organization and the products that you're producing and the coworkers that they're working around. When I look at a great team player, I see people with winning attitudes. I mean, they are hungry, as we talked about a few days ago. They have a great aura about them that just puts people in a good mood. They are contagious because of their positivity, no matter what the situation you are in. They're positive and they have that winning attitude. And even when things are looking as grim as possible, they can still motivate their fellow team members to look on the bright side of things. Now, I have to admit, there are some days that I would say that I have a winning attitude, and then there are days that I don't. Believe me, I'd love to sit here and tell you that I have charisma and a winning attitude all the time, no matter what the situation is, but I don't. And I bet you don't have a winning attitude all the time either. I mean, heck, we're all human and we have our great days, our average days. And by the way, I can't stand the word average. And we have our bad days. So today's challenge is rather an easy one, but I really want you to think about this one. And it's this: think about what your attitude is most of the time, and then answer this: do you have a winning attitude? Now, if you do, that's great. And I still have a challenge for you. I challenge you to write down as many words as possible that specifically describes what it means to have a winning attitude. I mean, what does it look like? What does your attitude look like the majority of the time? Now, on the flip side, if you don't have a winning attitude, I challenge you to do the same thing. Write down as many words as you can to describe what your attitude looks like and be specific so you can describe it to somebody else. Whether you have a winning attitude or not, try to describe your attitude in detail so that you can explain it to others, so that you can have a discussion with your team about what a winning attitude looks like and what you expect from yourself and all of them. I have to admit, when I completed this challenge, I had a lot of nice words written down, and I had a lot of words that I really don't want to be remembered by. And going forward, man, I want to try my best to eliminate those ugly words. And I challenge you to do the same. I think this is an awesome discussion to have with others because we often may say that we don't like somebody's attitude, but we can rarely explain it in a way that others can understand. Let's try to change that starting today. Hey, that's it for today. I hope you have a great week. And if you enjoy this show, I want to ask you one simple favor, a big favor actually, and that is to please share this show with somebody that you think is going to enjoy it. As I mentioned before, my goal is to reach as many leaders and aspiring leaders as possible because 70% of leaders don't get any leadership training. And I believe every leader can benefit if they hear this show. And quite simply, I need your help to achieve that. I need your help to reach more leaders. So please share it. Hey, have a great rest of your day. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges.